Sh Pramod Kureel.
Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir, I feel very privileged and honored to be here, making this my maiden speech in this house, and that too on such a subject, Nalanda University. I think I cannot think of a better speech than speaking on this subject. Dr. Karan Singh, my senior colleague in the Rajya Sabha, he has spoken very beautifully about the history, art, culture, architecture of Nalanda University as it existed hundreds of years back. He was referring to Nalanda University, and he was comparing Oxford and Cambridge and Harvard of today. He said that Nalanda was Oxford, Harvard of that time. I think we should call it the other way around. Oxford, Harvard, and Cambridge, they are the Nalandas of today. This lot, which has already been said by the earlier speakers, especially Dr. Karan Singh ji, who is a very learned man of high intellect. To my mind, Nalanda is not just a university. It's not just a university in the normal sense of word. To me, Nalanda encapsulates, epitomizes the universal values of global peace, brotherhood, fraternity, equality. Nalanda is not just another university. In fact, I won't like to even compare them with Harvard or Oxford. Maybe they have their own value in the given time, present time. Nalanda was not just for imparting education to students from the world over. Its role was more in terms of creating a value system. And Dr. Karan Singh, as he was pointed out, he pointed out a few minutes back, that some miscreants, some people, they burnt it. The library of that university kept burning for almost 6 months or more. I don't want to go into the details as to who burnt it and why they burnt it. There can be many interpretations, many viewpoints on this subject. Whatever that may be, to my mind, the way, again, after hundreds of years, thousands of years, this Nalanda University is again going to become a reality, or should I say, it is again going to rise like a phoenix from the ashes, literally and figuratively speaking. Again, it's going to rise like a phoenix. So in that sense, I congratulate the Honorable Minister for introducing this bill here in this Parliament, in Rajya Sabha. I thank him. And beside that, I would like to make a few points, suggestions. Nalanda University, there are two aspects of this Nalanda University, why it is famous the world over, even today. One was, of course, the subjects which were taught there. It is very difficult to imagine that hundreds of years back, thousands of years back, subjects like astronomy, literature, arts, architecture, and whatnot, you name it, management perhaps, they were taught in that university when the universities like Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, they were not even born. Almost all of the world was living in dark ages, semi-civilized conditions. But here in India, in Nalanda, in the present day Bihar, we saw this university, Nalanda University, which came up, which attracted students from all over the world, especially Asian countries. I think it is something that we should all be very proud of. And in that sense, after hundreds of years, if this university is again coming up, it should be a matter of great pride for all of us. As it was said, pointed out by Dr. Karan Singh ji, that this library was burnt. Yes, it was burnt. We all know it. All the knowledge of hundreds of years, it perished in that fire. But my feeling is that one can burn a book or a library, but one cannot burn, one cannot perish a value system which has become a way of life for common masses. That's why, even though Nalanda University does not exist as it existed hundreds of years back, but the values it propounded, the value system it propounded, those values still live in this country, in our hearts, in our minds. And these values, this value system has again ensured that this Nalanda University comes up again after a gap of hundreds of years. It's a matter of great satisfaction for all of us. A few suggestions I would like to make. My first suggestion is that this Nalanda University, which is coming up, it should be modeled both in terms of its academic curricula as well as its architecture, and should be based on the historic Nalanda city. We can see the remains of the Nalanda University are still. We can see the new building or the new campus should take into consideration the architecture of the old Nalanda city or Nalanda University. Because in that sense, we should not say that Nalanda University is being created, we should say it is being recreated. So it should be a continuation of the same values, same architecture, same planning, same thought that existed yesterday and which is again coming up today. Secondly, today we have seen that our students from India, especially from India, they take great pride in going to Harvard. They take great pride in going to Oxford, Cambridge. We proudly call them, when they come back, they are Oxford returned, Harvard returned, Cambridge returned. I think there was a time, hundreds of years back, when students from all over the world, they used to claim that we are Nalanda returned. And they used to take pride in that. Today, a lot of our talent is going to other countries. First they go there for studies, then they stay there, they don't come back. It's causing brain drain, as it is called. I think with the coming up of this Nalanda University, in a few years' time, we can convert this brain drain into brain gain. The students from other countries will take pride in coming to India to study at Nalanda universities. And this will not only stop brain drain, it will enrich our society, our country further, so that we can stop the brain drain from our country, and we can call the students from other countries to come and study here and continue this work. Secondly, in this university, proposed Nalanda University, my humble suggestion is that Buddhist religion, Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist art, Buddhist architecture, Buddhist value system should be the focus of academic curricula. Since we are saying that it is coming up again after hundreds of years, so there should be a continuity. It should not be just for name's sake, you are just repeating the name Nalanda, and the course content and the academic curricula should be entirely different from the earlier one. So there should be a continuity in terms of courses offered, and the central theme of that university in terms of academic curricula should be Buddhist religion, Buddhist philosophy, etc., etc.